All right, well, welcome everybody. It's a little different than our normal ribbon cutting exercises. We'll be finishing we're having a program inside. So we're just going to cut the ribbon. So Charlotte will bring up the ceremonial scissors and the ribbon, and we will get that set up. And so we're going, if you'll just, Lisa, if you'll just open those up, and we will take a couple of pictures. That's off center. Either he needs to, George needs to hold it. George needs to hold it. Yeah. And Lisa, you want to cut it at the, Lisa, you want to cut it at the end, not in the, not. We're going to take some pictures and then we're going to do a countdown.
All right, can we have everyone look right here? 1, 2, 3. All right.
Okay, well, hang on a sec. Make sure it's at the end because it will not cut it. All right. Okay. We're going to count down from 3. Here we go, everybody. 3, 2, 1. Okay, we're all going to move inside for comments, but thank you all for being here as part of this. What a crowd. Vern just asked, is this the biggest crowd you ever had? I don't want to give Vern any sort of credit like that. So I said, I don't know, we probably have bigger crowds. But this may be the biggest crowd that, at least in my experience, we've had in Manhattan for ribbon cutting. And it's so great to see everybody here. Before we get started, I do want to take the opportunity to do some introductions. Because we didn't do RSVPs for this event, we did our best to make sure that we tried to catch all the elected officials. So if you would, hold your applause till the end. So from U.S. Senator Jerry Moran's office, we have Kara Riffle. From U.S. Representative Tracy Mann's office, we have Dawson Merring and Adrian Perfecto. From the legislature, we have State Senator Kenny Titus, State Representative Sidney Carlin, and State Representative Megan Steele. From the Raleigh County Commission, we have Catherine Foki. And from the Manhattan City Commission, we have John Mata and Jamie Minton. And finally, from USD 383, Kristen Brighton. Let's give these folks a round of applause. I obviously left off one of the most important elected official here with us today. I always say when Governor Kelly's in town, it's always good news. And so we always enjoy seeing her, and I've had the opportunity to get to know her in my time here, both in events here in Manhattan, and we've also traveled in promoting Kansas to outside interests to come in and invest in Manhattan. So with that, I am going to skip any of the formalities of the situation and get right to the program. So please help me welcome our Governor, Laura Kelly.
So I hope my good luck charm extends across the ocean to Dublin. I'm going to Ireland on Monday, and I'll do some trade mission stuff and try to bring more business here in the state of Kansas, and then I will be in the stands rooting loud and clear. I'm going to be spending some time with the governor of Iowa. So it's not going to be easy. It's hard enough to be nice, but it'd be really hard there. But I will do my best to not embarrass any of you. So anyway, it is great to be here in Manhattan today to celebrate the launch of the Flint Hills Community Accelerator. You know, this facility represents what is possible when Kansans come together with a shared vision and a commitment to bettering the lives of their friends, their families, and their neighbors. You know, I want to thank everyone who contributed to making this vision a reality. From county and city leaders to employees from various state agencies, to experts in the early childhood, education, workforce, and healthcare sectors, You have brought this project to life. And thank you very much to you who actually had this idea, right? One of the people, sure. Today's celebration also showcases just how far innovative, outside-the-box thinking can take us. The Flint Hills Community Accelerator is a groundbreaking center that will integrate key community services under one roof, focusing on the 4 pillars of childcare, employment, education, and healthcare. This hub puts the needs of the greater Manhattan community first. This transformative hub will house the Manhattan Area Technical College, ranked the best community college in the nation in 2024. Come on. And Manhattan Tech will provide hands-on technical education and career-focused training. It's going to house the Kansas Workforce One, which will provide comprehensive employment services such as career planning and professional development. Also, the Manhattan Free Clinic, which will offer essential medical services at no cost to uninsured community members. And finally, the Childcare Business Initiative, which will consist of 8 childcare businesses, creating up to 96 childcare slots at a time. Yeah, they're for you. As I've often said, my goal for my second term as governor is to make Kansas the best place in the country to live, to work, and to raise a family. A large part of achieving that goal is ensuring parents have access to affordable, high-quality childcare. Strong early childhood services allow parents to participate in our workforce. They give our kids a strong foundation, and they build stable, thriving communities. The Childcare Business Initiative is a perfect example of how we're putting in the work to accomplish this goal. Through 3 state awards, a $250,000 Innovation Communities Award, a $2.1 million Childcare Capacity Accelerator Grant, and a $3.5 million Capital Projects Fund investment, we're opening the door to nearly 100 new licensed childcare slots right here in Manhattan. This is a big deal. In Riley County alone, we know the need for childcare slots is urgent. Childcare Aware of Kansas reports that families here only have access to approximately half of the childcare slots needed in the community. Creating 96 new slots is a huge step toward closing that gap, especially when these slots have been generated through an innovative model. 8 childcare businesses will operate in separate suites within this facility. Each operator will be provided with services such as licensing assistance, business training, marketing, and financial planning support from the Community Accelerator. This model allows providers to build their clientele before transitioning to permanent space after roughly 12 to 18 months, at which point new providers will move into the suites, opening up new slots. This is investing in providers. This is supporting children and families. This is finding new, innovative ways to tackle Kansas's childcare shortage. The early childhood experts behind this innovative project identified a problem, developed a unique solution to solve it, and then took action to turn it into reality. Led by Executive Director Lisa Sederlund Isaacson and a robust advisory board made up of individuals with wide-ranging and diverse experiences, this project is a result of collaboration and forward thinking. This spirit exemplifies the very best of Kansas. We have long been a state of innovation where people strive to lift up their neighbors and invest in their communities, making them the best they can be for the people who live there. That innovation is on display here at the Flint Hills Community Accelerator. This hub is an inspiration for what we can accomplish in our state, whether it's in childcare, employment, education, or healthcare. We must keep finding new ways to support those who need it most. Kansas and Kansans deserve it. I look forward to watching the Flint Hills Community Accelerator serve the people of Kansas and Manhattan and beyond for many years to come. And with that, I'm now going to hand it back to you.
Governor, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for everything that you all did to help get this started. Governor has another appointment. Let's give her another round of applause. So once again, I want to welcome everybody to our grand opening. It's a little different than normal. We're used to this presentation, the program happening, then we cut the ribbon, but this time we cut the ribbon and now we're doing the program. So I'm a little off here, I'm struggling a little bit. But I do want to say before we get started how pleased I am to be here today. This was an initiative that was born from a chamber event. I always like to give Matt Crocker credit for standing up in the middle of one of our regional leaders retreats and saying somebody ought to do something about childcare. And we get that periodically where people stand up and somebody oughtas. We call them somebody oughtas. The thing that's unique about Matt's always willing to get at the table, roll up the sleeve, and try to figure out what to do about it. We put together a great group of providers and experts, and they hatched this plan, this idea that is now here in front of us today. Of course, it didn't hurt that Natalie kind of bulldogged it all the way through, as well as Casey and the work that they did, always kind of at my door going, where are we at now, where are we at now, where are we at now? And you're going to hear from them in just a minute. But there's so many people, I hated to kind of start naming people because there's so many people we could name, but it really is, it was a community initiative. I'm proud I'm part of the Chamber of Commerce to have been just a small part of it. And we're going to hear from some other people as well that had major parts in being where we are today. So, I referenced her just a minute ago, but our first speaker, post-governor, will be one of the people, again, who developed the idea and helped push it along. Help us welcome Natalie Coyle.
Well, that's quite a tough act to follow. So when I look around at this crowd, I am amazed. Sorry, I'll try not to cry. This has been a passion project for sure. But I'm amazed by the amount of community support and the momentum that was built over the last 4 years. What is exciting about a monumental ribbon cutting is how it marks time and progress. It is not the end of something. Gosh, I didn't think I'd be emotional. But it's not the end of something. But instead, it's a major milestone. It's showing progress towards solving the childcare crisis. It is home to a program supporting childcare providers as entrepreneurial business professionals and as early childhood educators. This idea has grown into a viable program so big that it has caused ripples and piqued curiosity from our local community, state, and other childcare experts from across the country. The unique facts about this program, the building project, and the initiative are that it is about leveraging partnerships and collaboration in a multifaceted way. We have amazing community partnerships built into the Flint Hills Community Accelerator and the many people and entities that have helped propel this forward to reality, which you will hear many of those thanks to those people and entities throughout the day. One person who we will not hear from today, but was critical in the start of this program, was also Casey Kyle Wilkinson. And I just want to do a quick, sincere thanks, because all of this started over a coffee where we sat down and tried to figure out what we could even do, and quickly tied in Melissa Bowles, who is an early childhood provider and entrepreneurial business owner here in the community. And together we were able to hatch a plan that everyone decided to buy in and trust us with this vision. So overall, this is your project. The Flint Hills Community Accelerator and the Childcare Business Initiative belong to this community. And it's all those who have asked us the difficult questions to help us solidify the why, the how. To those who have supported, advocated, designed, built, and especially to those who have developed and implemented the programming. Lisa, you're critical in implementing that program, and we are so fortunate to have you. If you have thought or said the Flint Hills Community Accelerator, the Childcare Business Initiative, or simply said childcare in the last 4 years that we've been working on this project in any conversation, you have had a hand in making this a success. It is yours, it is ours, so take pride in this milestone and how together we are creating innovative approaches to complex community problems. It truly takes a community to raise a child and strong families. Take pride that we are that community. And so now I'm excited to announce our next speaker, Melissa Bowles, and I could go on about how wonderful she is, but she's an early child care provider and educator here in our community. She's also a business owner.
Good afternoon, everyone. I promised to keep to my script, so I'm gonna keep to my script. What a joy it is as a longtime family child care provider in our community. Those that know me well know that it is a passion of mine for us to have quality child care. And as I stand here today to celebrate the ribbon cutting in a project that represents not just the building, but a shared vision, years in the making, many years in the making, brought to life through true community partnership. The Childcare Business Initiative, in collaboration with the Flint Hills Community Accelerator, serves as a powerful example of what can be accomplished when we come together with a shared purpose. This initiative is not just about supporting entrepreneurs and innovation. It's about uplifting families and recognizing that strong communities begin with strong support for our youngest citizens and who care for them. Family childcare often operates behind the scenes, yet it is the backbone of our workforce, our economy, and our future. The success of this project is proof that when we listen to the voices of early childhood educators and bring the right people to the table, we can create something truly transformative. This space was not built by one hand alone. It was built by a community, by partners who believed in the mission and understood that supporting childcare is supporting families, and by those who chose collaboration over convenience. And I'm not gonna get emotional either. As we meet today, this event symbolizes not just an opening, but an ongoing commitment to innovation, to equity, and to nurturing the ecosystems that help families in our community thrive. Thank you for being part of this journey. There have been many hands helping this project, and I sincerely want to thank our local Chamber of Commerce for making it a point to bring family childcare educators to the table. That was my conversation in our first task force meeting, was why would we build another center when we have many sitting with open areas, when we can continue to push out more businesses. So thank you very much for that, especially George. I don't know where he was, but George and I had many conversations. So here's to what we've built and what we will continue to build together, and this room is full, so I expect all of you to be at that table with us, fighting for it.
Thank you, Melissa and Natalie. Let's give Natalie, Melissa, and Casey another round of applause. So Natalie referenced the director, and we're going to hear from our director now, Lisa Isaacson, who is Executive Director of the Flint Hills Community Accelerator, Childcare Business Initiative. You have a really long title. Childcare Business Initiative and Director of Early Childhood Education at MATC.
Good afternoon, and thank you again for coming. This is amazing to see a full room of people who believe that it's important to share in all of these initiatives in our community. I want to start by thanking an amazing group of people who, without their help and their support and their guidance, this project would not have been possible. So can the members of my Childcare Advisory Board please stand? Thank you so much for all of your hard work and for listening and all of your input throughout this whole journey. Thank you for celebrating with us today. Your presence and support are greatly appreciated as this exciting new endeavor begins. The Flint Hills Community Accelerator is a groundbreaking hub where essential community services converge under one roof. And I know you've heard this in some of our other speakers' speeches. That is the one piece of this that is so unique. The Childcare Business Initiative, the incubator project or idea, has been utilized in other parts of our country in different capacities. We are the first to have a Flint Hills Community Accelerator that focuses on 4 pillars of need in our community. And again, those 4 pillars of need are healthcare, education, workforce, and childcare. So we are very, very fortunate to have this in Manhattan, Kansas. The Childcare Business Initiative fulfills the childcare pillar of the Flint Hills Community Accelerator. For me, this is a passion. I have 24 years in the field of early care and education. I have worn a lot of hats, but this by far is my favorite. And I absolutely love the fact that I am helping the community to coach and mentor, to support early care and education professionals that will then go out into the community and provide care for children, and then repeat that process every year, adding more available childcare slots to our community. I want to express my sincere appreciation to everyone who helped reach this milestone. This project could not have been completed without the support of the Greater Manhattan Community Foundation. So thank you very much, Vern, and all of your staff. Anderson Knight Architects have been absolutely phenomenal to work with. They saw our vision, and whenever I needed something, I would give a shout out to Nick and say, hey Nick, where is Nick? Hi Nick. BHS Construction. This building went up so seamlessly. It was so beautiful to watch, and everything just was so easy. On my side, I saw the easiness. On their side, probably not so much. But from what I saw, it was very easy, and they made it easy. So thank you, BHS Construction. The Chamber of Commerce. I have really enjoyed getting to know the members of our Chamber of Commerce and to see their passion behind this whole initiative and how this has come to fruition. Our knowledgeable Childcare Advisory Board, again, thank you so much. We still have a lot of work to do, so we will continue doing this work in our community. And our FHCA partners, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for joining us on this journey. And our local Wildcat licensing team. This is our childcare licensing team that has worked hand in hand with me in this very unique journey to make this vision a reality. They have worked tirelessly. They have worked hand in hand with each one of our individual family childcare providers who are coming into our suites. So thank you very much for your hard work. And generous donors in our community. I will most likely never know who you are if you're anonymous, but thank you if you're here today. I really appreciate your support in making this a reality for us. And also many, many others whom I will hopefully get to see in the community and thank personally if I have missed you today. This is truly a day of celebration. The concept of the Childcare Business Initiative is revolutionary. This idea of pushing forward family childcare businesses, I believe this is the answer to our childcare shortage in our nation and especially in our state of Kansas. I know that we are setting the example of how to cultivate strong, knowledgeable, licensed family childcare business owners to support our local workforce. Families need choices for care, and we are helping to offer those choices. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Lisa. As Lisa mentioned, there are a number of of partners that had to be brought in to make this work, and we realized that early on. And one of the first people always to the table when it comes to partnerships is our next speaker. And you heard the governor reference our esteemed technical college, which was #1 in the nation in 24. I understand maybe #2 this year, but still, top 5, that's pretty good, right? But Jim is always one of the first people when it comes to what can I do to help? What can I do to help? And certainly was in this scenario as well. So let's welcome MATC President Jim Jeanette.
So, Vern, I don't go on script too often. So we're #2 this year. We were #1 last year. The college that beats us out usually is State Tech in Missouri. Their budget's $35 million. My budget's 10. So I sent them a congratulatory telegram the other day saying, "Congrats, if I had half your budget, you'd eat my dust." We're proud at Manhattan Tech to be part of this project. I want to thank everybody involved. Natalie and Casey and Melissa came to me pretty early on with the idea saying, what can we do? And well, curriculum, yeah. What else do you need? Adult education. Other chances for the participants who come through this center to work with us to get training and get a good job. So ladies, thank you for reaching out to us and getting us involved. We're glad to work on this because childcare capacity is critical so that moms can go back to work and dads can work and know the kids are safe. And so this is all part of our overall mission of workforce, economic, and community development. So please know that we'll continue to do this and other initiatives as we were asked to partner. About a year ago, we had an event like this for our new building, big ribbon cutting. We're doing this one this August. What are we going to do next August? Thank you for Manhattan Tech, and we're glad to be part of this.
Thank you, Jim. A couple other partners that we have with us today, we're going to ask them to come up and speak. As Lisa mentioned, we have workforce and healthcare as part of this program as well. And so representing the workforce segment is the Executive Director of Kansas Workforce One, Deb Schaller.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm sorry, I've got to put my glasses on and find where I go. So I am Deb Scheibler. I'm the Executive Director for Kansas Workforce One. Kansas Workforce One is the local workforce development board that serves 79 counties in western, central, and now northeastern Kansas. Our mission is to operate both federal and state employment and training programs to help individuals obtain and retain meaningful employment, and then also to support businesses in recruiting and keeping a skilled and motivated workforce. We also oversee the Kansas Workforce Centers in our region, including this incredible new location that we are celebrating today. We will have this location out to your right as you walk out the door. We're hoping to have another grand opening in October, so we hope we can have some more folks come out to join us for that. We are truly honored to partner with the Childcare Business Initiative. This initiative is a powerful example of how we can come together as a community to really find solutions. By expanding access to skilled, affordable childcare options, we're not only helping parents re-enter or remain in the workforce, we're also helping local employers grow and thrive. This collaboration will open doors to career opportunities for parents and expand the availability talent pool for businesses and industry throughout this region. It's truly a defining moment for this region and for the state of Kansas, Manhattan, of course, and Riley. We again cover 79 counties. I can tell you many of those counties are watching what's happening here and excited to learn more because the child care concern, problem, if you will, is a problem across the state. So we believe that this will be a best practice seen across, again, like Lisa mentioned, across the state, but also across the country. So a heartfelt thank you to all of those who work tirelessly. You've heard from all of them today, and we'll hear from more for this fantastic idea and bringing it to a meaningful reality. Your dedication and vision have made a lasting impact, and we can't even imagine what the future will bring. We're grateful to be a partner, and we're looking forward to the future. Thank you.
Thank you, Deb. And our last formal speaker, and then I think we're gonna have an opportunity for questions, is from the Manhattan Free Clinic Executive Director, Rick Hernandez.
Well, Vern, you heard it. I'm the last speaker, which means I get as much time as I want. Where's Vern? Right there. You're in reaching distance, so I'll stay on script. Good afternoon, everyone. The Manhattan Free Clinic, also known as the Flint Hills Community Clinic, is proud to be a part of the Flint Hills Community Accelerator, a bold initiative led by the Greater Manhattan Community Foundation and dreamers like these ladies right here. As a free clinic serving uninsured or low-income residents of Manhattan and Riley County, we provide acute clinic care, chronic disease management, preventive screenings, as well as patient education and wellness support. And in the Accelerator, we will deliver essential on-site health services to staff, childcare entrepreneurs, and trainee parents. And by ensuring access to care at this new facility, we remove barriers to medical attention and mental wellness. This partnership is about more than just starting childcare businesses. It is about strengthening community health, workforce retention, and economic opportunity. By addressing health needs early and holistically, we help families stay well, retain jobs, and thrive, increasing the resilience of both care providers and care seekers. Together with Kansas Workforce One and Manhattan Area Technical College, this public partnership aims to be a replicable model, one that merges childcare, education, employment, and healthcare into a cohesive, sustainable ecosystem. Our clinic's role ensures that health does not stop at the door. It becomes part of the Accelerator's core mission. Thank you for allowing us to be a part of it. Thank you for the invitation to be so. We believe this model will help us build a healthier, stronger Flint Hills community. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Rick. Just a few more comments, and then I'm gonna ask Lisa to come up and we'll have a few minutes for questions. But part of that cleanup is making sure that you recognize some people maybe who didn't get recognized. We talked about Matt, Natalie, Casey, and Melissa, who were really instrumental at the forefront of this project, making this happen. On our team, and you heard George referenced a minute ago, we always joke that we give the toughest challenges to George Kent, and he usually figures out how to get through it and come up with solutions. But George has just been instrumental in helping move this along, particularly in the early stages, and then later was joined by Christian Bishop, who is on our team and is actually has a degree in early childhood and was instrumental in helping move us along as well. I do want to note that in order to have a facility, you have to have a place to put it. And we looked at several places around the community and approached Ascension about the opportunity to be on campus here. Bob Koppel, who's the CEO, took that and ran with it and became a great partner and donated the ground that we're on. And so Ascension is obviously a major part of this project, and we appreciate Bob, and I know he was here earlier and had to leave, but if you see Bob, tell him thank you. A couple other things, there have been some I won't say challenges, but as we've gone through this process, there's some things we've noticed with the city that we need to work through, and our new city manager, Danielle Doolin, has been great, along with Stephanie Peterson, and kind of taking the lead on that and making sure that we could work our way through that. I want to close before we bring Lisa up by saying, I would estimate this is one of the most, if not the most important economic development project this community's had in the last 20 years. And I don't say that lightly, and we're the economic development agency, and so we're very sensitive about what people call economic development, but without childcare, without workforce, without healthcare, and all the other things that go with that, we are not going to be able to, our employers aren't going to be able to grow, and we're not going to be able to attract new employers. It's incredibly important. And so we understand how big it is. And the last person I want to say, and I know he's probably going to get mad at me for this, but at some point we figured out we had to have another partner. That it was bigger than the chamber could manage. There were a lot of grants that were out there. There was a lot of philanthropy that we were going to need. And so we have a neighbor, the Greater Manhattan Community Foundation, and we went in, and Vern had been telling me for a couple of years, you should use this more, you should use this more. He's never going to tell me that again, by the way. And so I went to Vern and said, hey, we got this idea, what do you think? And he goes, yeah, let's take a look at that. And Vern has been instrumental in making this project a reality. And so, Vern, I want to say thank you from the chamber. I want to make sure you tell your board thank you, because I know that they put a lot of time and effort into this project as well. But let's give Vern a round of applause. He told me earlier today, he said, now make sure you don't mention me, because this is I said, no, Vern, this is you're gonna have to hear the applause, because you put too much time and effort into this. And so thank you from the chamber, thank you from our community, and we appreciate it. So with that, I'm gonna ask Lisa to come back up, have time for 2 or 3 questions if anybody has one.
Are you from Manhattan?
I am not originally from Manhattan. I live here now, but I was born and raised in Republic County. So anybody knows where Republic County is? A small little town called Cortland. Anybody know where Cortland is? I am a Cortlandite. Yes.
So I'll have a question. So we have 8 spots for childcare providers. How many of those are full, and are they actively promoting to have kids?
Yes, so you'll get to meet 7 of the 8 suites are occupied by licensed family childcare providers now. We have 1 suite that we are waiting on one more lady to decide whether or not she wants to come on board. But right now, we have gone through the licensing process. Most of the providers have their initial license, and they are currently interviewing and enrolling families. As a thank you to Ascension Via Christi for their generous donation of the land that our building sits on, we did a meet and greet where Ascension Via Christi staff had kind of first opportunity to meet our providers. We currently have 38 children enrolled in these 7 suites, and we have the capacity for about 28 more.
And we have some in the room. You'll raise your hand, those of you, the providers that are in the room.
Yes.
Do you have any advice for local families on how to take advantage of all that is offered?
Yes, absolutely. The Flint Hills Community Accelerator is the community's building. So I welcome the community to come and take a part of any of the entities that are here. If you're referring to childcare, each one of our family childcare providers are licensed, and they will be going through Childcare Aware of Kansas as the resource and referral. So we would like for them to call Childcare Aware.
Any other questions?
Where's the next one gonna be?
Vern, you want to take that? So real quick, first of all, let's give Lisa another round of applause. So I knew I would leave somebody out. Another very important partner who came to the table, WTC has provided free fiber to the facility, as well as streaming today's event. So thank you, WTC Fiber, for all the investment you're making. So with that, I think we're going to dismiss. I know there are tours, self-guided tours, there's treats, refreshments, those kind of things in the hallway. I would encourage you, I know beforehand I went in, met some of the providers. They love showing their rooms off. They've already decorated them. And let me say this too, VHS Construction and Anderson Knight, what a great job you guys did on this facility. This is today's first day I've seen it, and it exceeded any expectations I had. So you guys did a great job. Thank you so much. So with that, again, I guess we've been challenged. Jim said we have to come up with a big project next August, so I'm gonna go out and get to work on that. You all go take your tours, and thank you all for being here.